Hi everyone, it's Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com and welcome to my Halloween Treats Week here on Ink and Inspirations for 2023. And in this video, we're going to be making this cute little Halloween bag using this Trick or Treat sentiment from the Tricks and Treats stamp set that's from the mini catalog, and some elements and some paper from the Them Bones Designer Series paper collection on page 49 of the mini catalog. So here is the stamp set that I just have so much fun playing with. We're using this Trick or Treat stamp, and let me show you what we're using from the designer paper. You get the 2 sheets of this with these different panels in here that are great for card fronts or just parts of a card. And so I decided to use it on a treat bag. So this is the one I used for this treat bag, and this I sized to fit these Halloween Junior Mints. I thought that was super cute. And so I used this orange paper and then this panel. Then I used the flip side of this paper and cut out this skeleton, or one of the skeletons here, you could use any of them, to glue in the spotlight there on that panel, and then I used Trick or Treat there on the bottom. For the one I'm making today, I'm using this little cat panel called Creep It Real because I thought it was cute too. And we're going to go ahead and assemble the bag in the same way, and you'll see just how easy it is to do. All right, so let's start with the bag itself. It's cut 12 by 9, okay? And so 12 is the width of the bag, and then 9 inches is up and down. So you can see all the skeletons on the back here, but I'm using this side for the outside of the bag. So let's get our Simply Scored in here, and we're going to put some score lines. So first, I'm going to score on the 12-inch side at 1 3/4, 5 3/4, 7 1/2, and 11 1/2. Okay, then I'm going to turn it for what I'm going to call the bottom. Now this doesn't really have directionality, but if you want to look inside your bag and the skeletons to be right side up, you put your bottom over here, and then we're going to score it 1 3/4 and 8 1/4. Okay, can't see that, I saw, sorry about that. 1 3/4 and 8 1/4. So let's go ahead and do that first. So again, this is the bottom of my bag. My skeletons are right side up. Let's go at 1 3/4 and then 8 1/4. Okay, then we're going to turn it and we're going to score. And put this, I'm trying to get it where you can see it. Okay, 1 3/4. 5 3/4, 7 1/2, and 11 1/2. Now, while I'm scoring here, I want to point something out. With our stylus that comes with the Simply Scored, there is a small ball tip and a larger ball tip. When you're scoring our designer paper, which is much thinner than our cardstock, you want to use the larger ball tip so it doesn't cut through the paper. This is more of a fine point for cutting our cardstock that is a good heavy weight, and this is the size you would use for that. But for designer paper, use the larger ball tip. Okay, so we've got all of our score lines done. We can move the Simply Scored out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to fold this one this way. That's going to be the top of the bag. It doesn't really matter. You just need to burnish the score lines, and it's going to go the way you want it to go. So you can use your bone folder. It's not as hard to get a good crease in a designer paper because, it, like I said, it's not as thick as our cardstock. Okay, fold on that score line. And give it a good crease. Okay, let's fold up on this. This is the bottom of the bag. All right, so now we need to do some snipping. So we're going to cut off this 1/2 inch tab over here, okay? So let's cut that off. And then we're going to cut up on these intersecting score lines to form the bottom of the bag. All right, now on this one, we're just going to kind of angle that top just a little bit, just to make it a little bit neater. And then we're going to put some adhesive along this tab, and it's going to fold over and adhere the sides of the bag together. So you can use tear-in tape here, or Stampin' Seal Plus, or liquid glue. You would just have to hold it for a tad and let it dry. Okay, so now I've got my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm going to fold over this side and give it a good press. And there's the sides of our bag. So now this is the back, so I'm going to fold in the 2 tabs on the side, the back tab, and then we can put adhesive on the front tab. And you may ask, why do you say this is the back? I look for this seam, and when possible, I try to put that seam along the back side, okay? The seam where I adhered it right there. You see where the 2 pieces are adhered together? Okay, so this, I need a little bit more adhesive right there. And press. Okay, so now, here's our bag. We can just kind of take our fingers and press in like that. It makes a real pretty top. And you see that? We're going to punch some holes here for ribbon. But let's go ahead and get our little panel ready. So, when I cut the panel, it measured about 3 by 4 7/8. So I wanted to back that with something, okay? So I decided to use black. And so I cut the black at 3 1/8 by 5, just 1/8 of an inch bigger, so that I could see it bordering the outer edge, just barely. So let me use some liquid glue on this. Look at that, it says Boo and Eek on the back side. Cute pattern. Cute, cute. All right, creep it real. All right, let me center this top to bottom. Get that little black border all the way around and give it a press, okay? Now, where's my bag? My other bag, here it is. So on here, when you put your contents on the inside, sometimes when you fold this up, it makes this one a buckle. Don't worry about that. You see how the skeleton just kind of bent with the bag? That's why I use the liquid glue, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy on. Look, it's cute. All right. Let's put this right here. Come down a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to take my hand on the inside and give it a good press. With that liquid glue, you can see it has some wiggle room, which is good, but I didn't want to knock it completely out of place. All right, so we're going to let that dry a bit, and we're going to work on our trick or treat sentiment. So I have a scrap piece of pumpkin pie, which is one of the colors in our designer series paper. I'm going to get a little mat here for some cushion underneath my photopolymer stamp. Okay, ink that up. And when you have a stamp like this, sometimes, I mean, you could ink it like this, but I like to lay it flat on my surface and give it a good press so I can see, okay? And I see I got 2 energetic right there. So let me get that ink off of that corner. And then stamp. And then we're going to cut that out. So I'm going to get my paper snips and just very easily cut the words apart. you'll see me do this a lot. I like to do this, cut the words apart so that I can space them or arrange them in a fun way on the project. So I encourage you to try to do that sometimes. It's just fun. Okay, where's my oar? Oh my goodness. Did it disappear? There it is. Okay, let's cut that out. Okay, let me get the scraps out of the way so I have the good parts. Now I'm going to use some of the mini dimensional adhesive. Let's put that there. Oops. And use 2 on the back of these. And then we can get our Creep It Real guy back in here. And this time, I think, well, let's decide here. I can do it like this, like I did under the bones guy, or I can come up here like this. I think I'm going to do it like that, just to make it a little different. Total personal preference. You could put it down here on the bottom if you'd like, over that black. No, I want it up here. And I'm going to angle it just a little bit. Don't try to keep it straight. Just have fun with it. Okay. There we go. All right, so now we can put our junior mints on the inside. Yum, yum. And then we're going to pinch that together, just like that. And then take our hole punch and punch through all the layers here. Let's see, I think I want the larger hole. There we go. So I'm going to put them about 1 inch apart, more or less. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to use the black and white gingham ribbon. It's a little off-center, but it's going to be okay. Push it through there. And I love this ribbon. It's easy to tie. It's narrow, so it ties into a bow easily, and it makes a good closure. It's not real slick. It's got like a taffeta grosgrain finish to it. A little bit of texture, so it does real well for projects like this. I'm going to move this over on this side a little bit. Fix that bow. And then let's trim off just a tad. And there we have our Junior Mints Halloween treat box. Isn't that fun? Okay, all right. It's a nice size bag too, so you could fit like a little gift in here. You know, sometimes I give my granddaughters Beanie Babies that were their moms when they were little. I saved them, and so that's cute to put a little stuffed animal in here and not just candy. You could put a little coloring book in here, just all kinds of things you could fill in this bag. So thank you so much. I hope you will give that a try. Join us on the Ink and Inspiration Stampers group on Facebook. It's a private group where we chat about crafting and life and share our designs. So we'd love to have you with us. Just go to Ink and Inspiration Stampers on Facebook, request to join, and we'll let you in and you can share with us there. Thank you for joining us. Be sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.